Hello, everybody. I wanted to take a second here on this Sunday to show you how easy it is to make your voice heard on issues that matter to you. So, a lot of times we hear from people and they say, oh, the system's broken, or, oh, man, people aren't representing me, everything else. To those people, I have to ask you, do you show up in primaries? Do you email your legislators at all? This is when your voice needs to be heard. Your legislators, they know is they got voted for. If you're not voicing to them what you want to see them do when they are in session, then they have no clue what you want them to do. So, hey, you can't tell them, you can't say they're not listening to you if, in fact, they're just not really paying attention because you're not voicing your opinion. So I suggest we take a little bit of time each day and, make calls when LRC is open, but when LRC is not open, we can always bang out some emails here. So I've got my emails up here, and we're gonna write some emails here. Okay, so first we're gonna start off here. An issue that is important to me is HB 208 and HB 508. Now, those are House bills, right? So they start off in the House. So I'm going to email my House rep, which actually is a Republican, not a fantastic one, but it is a Republican. And I want you to say, a voice from a voter in your district. There we go. Okay. I got a misspelling there. As you guys are about to find out, I misspelled quite a bit, but that's okay. So first we'll say no to HB 208 without amendments. Let me get that. Amendments 2 and 4. I have a 9-year-old son that hasn't been to school in a year, and this bill would enable the unions to keep control over the schools. Well, this bill would enable the unions to keep our schools closed. My son deserves the education that mine and others' tax dollars are paying for. Now, guys, this is live, so I have normally anybody who knows I have 2 or 3 editors that look over posts before I post them. First, to make sure I'm not going off on crazy trains, but also to make sure that everything's spelled correctly. And okay, so first I'm going to say no to HB 208 without amendments 2 and 4. I'm going to put a little dash there, make that easier for him to read. Then I'm going to go down and say no to HB 508. It is a gas tax. I would hate to be blaming you for raising the gas tax in the middle of, because HB 508 would raise the gas tax in 2022. It changes the way it's calculated. It's a little bit of a complicated bill, but it would raise the gas tax in 2022. So I'd hate to be blaming you for raising the gas tax in the middle of 2022 when you are up for re-election. Hopefully I spelled that right. And I'll say here, from your voter, Andrew Cooperrider. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. We're going to send that one there. Fantastic. We're going to open up another one here. Okay, next up here, I'm going to email now my state senator, who is, she's actually really, really bad. That's Kerr. I'm going to say a message from a, now I've emailed her a lot. I'll just say message from a voter. And I'll say SB 158. Now this is SB 158 is the non-government force on masking. I was just talking to a lady the other day who had been arrested for not wearing a mask up in Louisville. We're hoping to get some videos and more detail from that story here eventually. But anyways, SB 158 and SB 8, which SB 8 is a non-mandatory vaccine bill. So right now in the state of Kentucky, if there is, and so for all those that say, oh, the government forcing a vaccine, that's never going to happen. It is law right now that under a state of emergency, the governor can, in Kentucky, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what the bill needs to fix, force you to get a vaccine. So this would fix it. Now, SB 158 and SB 8 are bills that I support, but won't get sent to committee. So basically, when you have a bill goes to a committee, and when it goes to a committee, please talk to Stivers to get this moved forward. I know I won't hear back from you. I've emailed her so many times. She never responds. Hear back from you because, well, you're probably in Florida. She has a house there. In Florida. That's wrong. You're probably in Florida. Capitalize F. Because they were off all this week. So I figured she probably went to her house in Florida. You're probably in Florida, but... And also, here, I'll just say that. I'll leave a nice sentence there. It's poorly put together. Also, I never see you at any GOP functions. I would like functions. I would like to get a chance to speak with you on some of your bills you have sponsored. She's sponsored a couple bills, a very important one to build a statue, and some you have supported. Okay, there we go. All right. So move this forward, and here, I'll because these are two different thoughts, I'll move that down here, and then I'll put from a disappointed voter, Andrew Cooper Ryder. Put that there, and I think there's like a comma there, right? See, guys, I'm a terrible writer. I can write a bill, but I can't write an email. Okay. Next, we're going to, because something important to me, I'm going to send an email to Stivers now. Now, Stivers is the Senate president. So what they do is they put bills into committees. If a senator proposes a bill and it won't get moved to committee, it's a way of trying to kill the bill, and it's a way also of they're trying to not get the bill to the floor. So they can just decide to not assign it ever to a committee. And Stivers is part of leadership there in the Senate. So I'm going to send him an email encouraging him to move it to a committee, and so that way it can actually be heard, because if it never makes it to committee, it can never make it to the floor for a vote. So we need to be encouraging that. So I'm going to say, please move SB 158 and SB 8 to committee. If you refuse to do so, I think there's a comment there, I would like to get a response for your reasoning. Let's see if he responds. Probably won't. That's how they go. But I can't say I didn't tell him. So when election season comes up and I have the option, see, here's the other thing. I don't live in his district, right? But he's controlling everything for the state. So how do I get back at him? Well, I can donate to his opponent. I can also knock on doors to his primary opponent. And by doing so, I can cause some damage. So you may not be a voter, but you can be a volunteer and a donor on any campaign against somebody you disagree with. And they need to remember that. I'd like to give response from reasoning from And then we'll say Andrew Cooper Ryder. Hopefully they know who I am by now. All right, so we're going to throw another one up there. Stivers knows who I am. I've pretty pissed me out before. Okay, and also because I am particularly upset about HB 208 and HB 508, I'm going to email those bill. Oops, that's not who I want to email. I'm going to email the bill's sponsors, which for HB 208. Now this is the LRC site here where you can find anybody out who's doing what. You can track bills, everything else. So if you're looking for where we pull this information at, that's where we're pulling it at. So I'm going to, because at any point anybody can withdraw a bill. So I'm going to send an email here to Regina Huff, the original. Now the original sponsor, I'm sorry, is the only one who can withdraw the bill. So I'm going to send an email here to Regina Huff to ask her to HB. Now, me and her have had exchanges on Facebook about this, and I'm going to be pretty pointed at her. Why are you lying about HB 208? It clearly allows schools to decide to remain NTI only. I have read the committee sub, because she tries to pretend there's a committee sub. Committee sub that was finally posted, and it doesn't appear to truly address the issue we are talking about. You also said that the unions don't control you. And then I think it's then. Where's it then? Then about time, I think. And then you said that KEA, which is Kentucky Education Association, or no, I'm sorry, KE, the Kentucky Education Department, KED, wrote the bill for you. Why do you lie? Why do you hate children? All right, there we go. That's pretty pointed. Really let her know how I feel there. Okay, sent that one off. See, look at that, guys. This is moving nice and fast, nice and quick. Okay, so I'm also going to hit Duplessis here because he needs to withdraw 508. He just needs to withdraw it. And so I've sent him an email before, but we'll see how this goes. I will say you need to withdraw HB 508. It's a gas tax hike. It's a gas tax hike. I'll put is this comma? I'm terrible at this. Who are we kidding? I expect better from an R, but I can't say I'm surprised. There we go. Can't say I am surprised, period. Okay, I'm just going to send that off. See, it's just very quick, very simple. Just a couple quick emails to let them know how I feel. Next, I'm going to move on to the committee chair of the impeachment committee, Jason Nemes. Now, Jason Nemes dropped a bill I actually kind of support. But I'm going to talk to him a little bit about that here. I'm going to also tell him to call witnesses. So, I support your parental alienation bill. It's a shame that if you don't stand up to, he'll know what I mean here because I'm going to shoot an email off to RPK in a second to kind of cover this. Shame if you don't stand up to RPK and don't call witnesses like Rodney Brewer. Rodney needs to be capitalized. Rodney Brewer. Let's see him to RPK and call witnesses like Rodney Brewer I will be forced to work against you. I can promise you a failure to stand up for Kentuckians will result in one of the worst primary seasons you have ever had. I'm not asking you to convict. I misspell a lot of things. Primary seasons. I don't know. I think that's capitalized. It's a thing. I'm not asking you to convict. I'm asking you to do your job. Gather the evidence. Then, is it time thing? What is it? Time? Then? I don't know. Then move it forward to the House floor for a vote. All the voters of KY should get to be heard through their elected representatives. Period. Okay, representative. Hopefully I spelled that right. Okay. I'm going to send that one off. Sorry guys if I'm misspelling things. That's okay. They get the gist of what I'm saying, all right? Next I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to write a nice note here to RPK's communication director, because if you try to just email RPK, I'll tell you to email him and be like let's see here. We are on to you. How about that? That's what we'll say. We'll say it right here. We'll say we, the state of Kentucky, is well aware that Bashir could walk into the street and shoot someone, and RPK would not allow him to be impeached. You think he will be a great fundraiser, and you will leave him in. Get out of the committee's way. Children are dying, and we all know child suicide rate is up 100%. Children are dying. ODs are occurring at an alarming rate, and the unemployment system failure continues to get worse. Fundraising off of suicide and death is disgusting. I don't think you have thought this through. People are paying attention now. Let the committee move it forward. There we go. Simple enough. Fundraising's one word. We're gonna shoot that one off. Okay, we're gonna one more here. So I don't just like sending negative emails. I like sending or emails. I'm just saying what to do. If somebody's doing a good job, I like to actually go ahead and send them a positive email. Now, I'm lazy, so I'm not going to sit here and write a separate email out to each person. So I'm going to send it to my favorite reps. So we've got Savannah Maddox, Felicia Rayborn, Shane Baker. Let's see, we'll send it out to Matt Lockett here. I like him. He's a good guy. Anybody ever talk to him? He's a real good guy. Adrian Southworth here. I'll send that to her. She's a senator, freshman senator, but doing a fantastic job. This is blind carbon copy because I don't want to create a giant thing. You are doing a great job for liberty. Oh, when you capitalize liberty, it's an important thing. All right. I know you get a lot of hate from people who want government, or spelled government wrong, government to solve problems, not just leave them alone. I just wanted to take a second to say that I appreciate everything you are doing for KY. Don't let me down and stay true to stay true to the guiding light. That's very nice. Guiding light of liberty. All right, let's see. Oop. Want the government. Yep, that's good there. Okay. We'll send that one off here. We're then going to so it's that simple. It's that easy. It is simple. It is easy. Anybody can do it at any time. It is not the hardest thing in the world for anybody to do. Take some time out and send out these emails. And the reason why it's so incredibly important is because they need to hear from you, okay? They need to hear from you. So make sure they can hear from you. Send out your emails. Take some time. Thank you.